Hi, everybody. I'm Care. I have been involved in natural healing and energy medicine for more than 50 years. And it was almost 5 years ago now that I was listening to a brilliant quantum physicist say, I don't care what's going on in your body. If your blood is dirty and your circulation is blocked up, you can't get better. And I thought, absolutely right. You're absolutely right, but there's nothing out there that cleans the blood and opens the circulation. And then he went on to say that he was head of a huge science team that had been together for almost 50 years. And they were given the charge to find the cause of aging and the cure for all disease, and it had to be only plants and it could do no harm. And boy, that got my attention because there's nothing out there that fits that bill. Well, it took him 30 years to study the molecules. Nobody's ever done this before. Going in, 50% of the science team are quantum physicists, and they figured out how to go into the quantum structure of plants, locate, isolate, remove, and study every molecule. And these plants have like 1,000 different molecules. So studying their frequency and what they do and how they act and interact together took them 30 years, and they ended up with this spray. And he told you about 300,000 patients in Europe all getting better, but it was only the elite. I mean, they were paying $150,000 for a 4-month program. When I started using this, I was in a wheelchair. Even though I had gotten in a car accident, I had a back issue, I had bone on bone in both hips. And when I started using it, by the second month, I could walk with no pain. Why? I had been there for 2 years. My doctor said I would never get better. Um, because when you open up the circulation, when you spray this under your tongue, your body responds to these real plant molecules and it relaxes and opens up the circulation. And guess what happens? Inflammation goes away. That's the cause of all of our pain. It's the cause of aging and all of our issues. And so my inflammation went away. I could walk with no pain. And now, as I continued to do that, I just kept getting better and better. My blood work got better and better. Everything, every single aging condition I had gotten better. And let me show you a really quick screenshot. Okay, so this is me about 4 years ago in a wheelchair. And this is me now. This was taken about 6 months ago. Um, I couldn't walk. I was overweight. I was miserable. And here I am after 3 years. And I'm going to talk to you about what 3 years does. Yeah. What happened to me was, oh, let me tell you what happened to my husband. My husband had been diabetic for 40 years. 40 years. He was on insulin. And by the fifth day of using this spray, four sprays 3 times a day, he had to cut back on insulin by 60%. And by the end of 4 months, that complete blood cycle, he was off insulin. His pancreas was working. He was 80 years old. And we went and had blood tests, and his A1C had gone from 10.5, which is awful, down to 5.8. He had also been in atrial fibrillation with his heart and in and out of congestive heart failure for 10 years. His cardiologist said it would never get better, it would only get worse. And in 10 years' time, or in 4 months' time, he had not had any episodes. And we went to the cardiologist, and he was in normal sinus rhythm for the first time in 10 years. So, with all of these years in natural healing and thousands of followers, I sent out a newsletter and said to people, listen to what happened if you clean your blood, and then this opens the circulation. Because right now, if you live in toxic soup like everybody else, your immune system is depressed, so it doesn't have vision to locate and destroy the fast aging and the damaged and diseased zombie cells. But when the immune system comes back up, it gains vision, but it does one other thing that absolutely nothing else does, and that is This stimulates our own stem cell production. Be careful. If anybody says it makes stem cells longer, back away. That's dangerous. This is the only thing that stimulates our own cell production. So now what happens? And the reason that I am looking younger, feeling younger, living younger is because now when my body gets rid of damaged and aging cells, instead of making duplicate copies of my 76-year-old cells, it brings in brand new baby cells. Those are the repair cells that are usually gone. I'm getting younger and younger because we're getting rid of the aging cells. Everybody deserves to know about this. This works for everybody from newborn babies to people that are 100 years old. It works on all of our animals, dogs, cats, horses, chickens, even fish. We've got so many amazing stories. And the cream is just amazing too. I mean, and this has only been out for a little bit over a year, when I first got people using this, and this is how tiny this little thing is. I put a little bit on my end of my fingernail. Can you see that? It's like the size of a split pea. And I just make my fingers glossy. That's enough for my whole face. I'm going to put it on my neck though. By the way, my neck, even though I mean, it doesn't look young, but it used to be, oh, I used to pray that it wouldn't look like my mother's, and it did. And now it's like soft. I don't use anything else on my skin. I used to have serums and moisturizers, but the stem cell production on the skin then goes in and fixes other things. That's what he's meaning by the inside out and the outside in with stem cell therapy. One of the first people that used it called me back after 2 weeks she'd been and said, do you think that this has fixed my macular degeneration? It's so much better. And I'm going, uh-huh. Anything that's going on, if you can treat it from the outside and the inside with these two, stem cell therapy, our bodies are meant for food. This is real food. About 4 months ago, I woke up with a really bad bruise on my foot. And I was like, I didn't hurt myself. My friend looked at it and said, you better go get a vascular sonogram. And I did. And they went in on my groin to look at my veins. And she went, oh my God, you've got the cleanest, most open vein or lymph system I've ever seen. I'm going, well, that's good. Then she does my veins. She said, how old are you again? And I told her, and she said, geez, I get 30-year-olds that don't have as healthy looking veins. And then she did my arteries and said, we're going to talk. She says, I've been doing this for 23 years, and I have never seen anybody older than 13 with no plaque in their arteries. I have no plaque in my arteries. And that really shocked me because when I was 60, I had high blood pressure, shortness of breath, heart arrhythmias. I was going to the cardiologist every other month. Both my parents died of heart attacks at age 72. So I was going down that road. And here I am at 76 with no plaque in my arteries. They say 4 months is a complete blood upgrade. 3 years, you've got a new body. I've got a new body. Would you like one too? Because it's so good to feel good and have plenty of energy and no conditions. And just to be able to, with the state of our planet today, believe me, those of you that are conscious, we have to make good decisions. We have to keep our brain clear. We have to keep our body healthy. We have to do what we can do to reverse all the stuff that's going on. And this is a gift from God's garden. This is a gift from God that to reverse our conditions and make us mentally clear. And it's just not physical, mental, emotional, physical, all of it, all of it.